Well, guys, it has been an incredible 24 weeks. I've really thoroughly enjoyed working with you guys. This is my passion, so I don't even consider it work. I just enjoy sharing with you and getting the interaction and the contribution from you guys. And I really sincerely hope that the information we've shared with you has made an impact on your life in some form or fashion. Maybe it was one of the leadership and personal development components that you implemented that made you a little more productive, a little less stressed, or a little more positive. Or maybe it was one of the weight loss or nutritional components that's giving you more energy, or maybe change your complexion or helps you lose a little bit of weight. So we've really shared what we think is some of the most valuable information we can possibly share from some of the most reputable and some of the most profound sources that we could find as well. So really hope you guys have enjoyed that. Now, we come to the finish line today at week 24, but one person has not just come to the finish line, but has just dashed and blasted right through the finish line, and that person is Kirsten Cruz. So incredible, you've had perfect attendance at every single class, not just online, but you've been here for every single one. So guys, I think that deserves a major round. And we got a special certificate coming to you, so it wasn't ready quite today, but we'll get that to you very, very soon. And we've got another person who is one online survey away from completing 100% of the program, and that's Deborah Ann Lee. And we got to make sure that 21 is up. So congratulations to you on that. And then a couple of you are just 2 or 3 away from finishing. So that PEP online page is up. We're going to leave it up, and we're going to leave it up for a while for you. But we, if we don't put a timeline on something, what happens is we kind of procrastinate and that never gets done. So if you want the certificate for completion, we're going to give you 2 weeks till August 15th, 2 weeks from today. So go back through. These videos are like 45 minutes to an hour long. Just sit down, watch them at home, share them with your family and friends. Now, we're going to leave the page up longer for you after the 15th because we want you to be able to go back and re-reference this material. We want you to be able to share it with your family and friends. If you have somebody else in need, sit them down in front of the computer and say, look, watch this one session, it can help you out. So we went to great lengths to, we had the first 21 sessions professionally videoed and recorded, and Leah's also been videoing and recording. We went to great deal of work here at DME to create that PEP online page and your logins and all that account stuff behind the scenes that they did on the website so that it could be up and available to you guys. So use it. It's there for you. We did it for you. Okay. So today's objective in the last class is we're going to cover a couple of points here that I want to continue on with you in your mind after this class. So we got all this information in the last 24 weeks, and you've learned some great stuff. I mean, from prioritizing to goal setting to scheduling to using technology to weight loss and detoxification regimens to all the nutritional components of food. We've given you some samples of some amazing alternative foods, the vegan Carolina barbecue, the Choco Avo, the spiralized pesto. So we've tried to give you a lot of things to really think about and a lot of things that you can take, the tangible takeaways, and then do on your own. So we're going to continue that theme today with a Learn, Do, Teach theme. Stillman's going to get us up and active as always with his final focus on fitness. And then I'm going to leave you with an interesting little exercise that I love to do. I like to save it till the last one. It's very powerful and important. It's called Finding Happiness. So you're going to go on a little journey with me to find your happiness. Well, today's motivational message is from Jack Welch, and he says, before you're a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. And that segues us right into the Learn, Do, Teach. So I pride myself on trying everything I can possibly do within my means to be a good leader, to inspire and to motivate others and to empower them with knowledge and resources to make positive change in their life. That's really at the core of my passion. That's what makes me tick and get up in the morning and stand up here in front of you guys. So, when you think about all the different possibilities you have in your life to learn, we are living in the most profound technology age in the history of the world right now. We have the internet. I remember when I was in college having to go to the card catalog at the library if I wanted to do a research paper. Now you can be in your pajamas at home and boom, you've got 1.76 million search results on Google like that. So you can find out any information you want. We're bombarded with information through social media. You can't drive down the road without seeing a sign or a billboard. You turn on the radio, you got commercials. You've got all this information coming at you. If you go online and you research weight loss programs, I mean, it's gonna make your head spin. Everything from, a vegan, gluten-free diet to the Atkins, meat-based protein diet, and everything in between, you're gonna be overwhelmed with information. Now, what I would challenge you to think about when it comes to the learn, do, and teach, who do you want to learn from? Who do you want to listen to? You want to be in great shape? Who do you listen to? You want to be a millionaire? Who do you listen to? You want to live to be 100? Who do you listen to? You want to be in a happy, long-lasting relationship? Who do you listen to? A lot of teachers are going to emerge and present themselves to you, whether it's in the form of a commercial or a friend that just wants to give you some advice. But who do you really listen to? Listen to the person that's actually done it and accomplished what you want to accomplish in your life. If I want to be a millionaire, I'm going to study millionaires. I'm going to learn what they did, and I'm going to then implement it in my own life. So choose wisely who you listen to. And really, is there a motive? Is this person just wanting to help you? And if so, that's great. The benevolence can always be accepted, but do they really know what they're talking about? I'll never forget, my childhood pediatrician was extremely overweight, and I distinctly remember the smell of coffee and cigarettes on his breath when I would go in to see him. So the guy would put the tongue depressor in my mouth, stick out the tongue, he'd make a funny joke or something like doctors did, he'd prick my finger, and I couldn't wait to get out of there because just the smell of his breath was horrible, and the guy was obese. And I'm thinking, this guy's a doctor. I mean, when I was a kid, 6, 7 years old, I figured out right away that there was some disconnect there. So really be careful who you take advice from. Make sure you trust the person. Make sure they've done what you want to do. My grandparents were a very, very important part of my life. They probably have more influence on me than anybody else, than Tony Robbins, any book I've read, any mentor. I had the pleasure of having them in my life for my grandmother for 31 years, my grandfather for 36 years. And I tell you, they would very gingerly offer me advice sometimes when it came to relationships. And I was very kind of secretive about my dating. They just had this sixth sense, especially my grandma. She knew when I was in a new relationship. She knew when something wasn't going good. And she would say, and she would always pose it to me as a story or a hypothetical situation. And it always struck a nerve and it always rang true. My grandparents were married 61 years till my grandmother passed away. I never saw them in an argument, and I was with them more than my parents. I couldn't wait to go to their house after school. Never heard them say a cross word to each other. Never saw the two of them in a bad mood together. They were still giddy, running around holding hands, tickling each other. It was incredible. So do you think that when they started to give me relationship advice, that was all ears and I listened? Meanwhile, my mom and dad, who I love to death very much, their relationship, not so good. Probably should have been divorced long before I was even born, but they stuck it out for 20-some years, got divorced when I was 18. Miserable divorce, which was pretty much indicative of what the relationship had been. And both of them like to interject relationship advice. Now I look at we're all entitled to a mulligan. Things happen, people change, we make mistakes, so they both got remarried. So I look at their current relationships. Are they happy? Are they successful? Is this something I want to mold? And unfortunately, the answer is no. So when they start to give me relationship advice, I say 4 very important, very powerful words, and I do it with a smile on my face. I say, Dad, thank you for sharing. Mom, thank you for sharing. And I leave it at that, But that advice that my grandparents gave me, it's still with me. It stays with me. I know exactly what I want in my life, relationship-wise. I know what a good relationship is. They have set a standard and a bar that's extremely high. My health mentor, Joe Haynes, who you guys have met if you came to the open house, remarkable guy, 71 going on 31. I mean, some of the most remarkable things about him is, full head of hair. I mean, he's white, but his hair is just shiny and healthy and full head of hair. His skin, if you feel his skin, it's like that of a 25-year-old. He trained with Paul Bragg back in 1968. Paul Bragg's the father of the modern-day health food store, Bragg's amino acids, Bragg's apple cider vinegar. And Joe has absolutely positively walked the walk, talked the talk, practiced everything he's preached for the last 44 years. And because of it, he has not been sick more than a day or so in the last 40-some years. No pain, no chronic diseases. He doesn't even take an aspirin. He cures his headaches naturally within minutes. So when he starts giving me health advice, I am all ears because I want to be like him when I grow up, when I'm 71 years old. Between the two of us, he and I, we now have a collective 62 years of personal experience. Him from 1968, me from 17, 18 years ago now when he started mentoring me. And that's powerful. And I felt very obligated to him when he shared this information. I mean, he literally spent thousands of hours on the phone with me, just working with me, just because he cared, just because, he wanted to pass this information on. And at this time, my career was going extremely well. Money wasn't an issue. I said, Joe, what can I do for you? How can I repay you? What do I owe you? And I was getting a couple little supplements for him. Maybe he was making 15, 20, 30 bucks a month off me, but the knowledge and information and time he was giving me was worth thousands of times that. And he said something really profound to me. He said, Sean, if you want to pay me back, if you truly want to take this information and show me that you've got it and that you're doing good with it, pass it on to somebody else that needs it to teach. And that was my first real exposure to the learn to teach methodology. Stillman Rice, I mean, wow, what an incredible resource that we all have right here in our realm. 30 years here locally in the area, dedicating his life to helping other people reach their fitness goals. There's a lot of personal trainers out there. There's a lot of personal trainers that are older than Stillman, that maybe have been in the business longer, that maybe have a bigger center, I don't know. But you know what really impresses me about Stillman? He's another guy that not only talks the talk, but he walks the walk. And at his age, to be able to maintain the workout regimen and the strenuous activity, and believe me, this guy does some incredible things, and he's 15 years my senior and can kick my butt on just about everything in there. And to be able to maintain it at that level at his age, injury-free, is absolutely positively just so impressive and powerful. Now, I got, in my teenage years, my early 20s, I got this, I already know that mentality out of my mind, but I've been working out a long time, since I was 15, and I've had some good routines, I've had some good regimens, I've been relatively injury-free, so I think I got it. But when Stillman walks by me in that gym and says, hey Sean, head to the left, hey Sean, don't go down that far, hey Sean, do this, do you think I'm all ears? Do you think I'm appreciative for all that experience and all that wisdom that he's passing on to me? It's absolutely powerful. My good friend Josh, who was an integral part of this class until he got a full-time job, this guy's a technology geek, as he says. He's a technologist. This guy eats, sleeps, and breathes technology. So when it came time to buy a new phone or to download some apps on my computer, who do you think I went to and listened to? Kevin Snyder, Dr. Kevin Snyder. You guys got to hear him speak twice now. This guy has spoken all 50 states, has hundreds of clients, colleges, corporate clients, all over the country. And he's actually a very high demand speaker. So when he watches one of our PEP videos and he critiques my presentation style or he critiques anything about it, do you think I listen with both ears to him? Absolutely. I have a lot of other people. I have a long list of these accountability partners, or we did the exercise where we had our board of advisors. So I have a long list, and I'm so fortunate that I've learned from experts in their field, from people that walk the walk and talk the talk. So that's very empowering to me. Now, so who do you listen to? Who do you listen to? Really think about who do you listen to on a daily basis? Commercials. So many times I start coaching a client, they'll say, well, I heard this, oh, where did you hear it? I think I saw it on a commercial while I was watching such and such. I'm like, okay. And then they'll say, oh, well, I heard that such and such. Like we busted the salt myth. Everybody hears that salt, bad for high blood pressure. Well, I ask people why. Where'd you get that from? Why? And then they can't answer it. So, think about all the things that you hear and all the things that you learn on a daily basis and challenge that. I challenge you guys, don't just take my word for anything I say up here. Please don't. Go and do your own research. This is your life. This is your health. I'm just one source of information. Stillman is another source of information. Chelsea is another source. Stacy. So, what I like about Chelsea's business model is the key word in her Artful Balance, holistic, is balance. She helps people find a balance that's right for them. We're all different. Everybody is different. We have a lot of common denominators, like we all need water and we all need positive thought and certain things. But finding that balance that works for you in your life. Doing what makes sense logically to you. If somebody tells you something that just doesn't make logical sense at all, ask them why, how, when, what. Keep asking those questions until you have a good sense and a good understanding. Now, when you have a rapport with somebody like I have with Stillman, when Stillman tells me to do something, I don't ask why. I just know there's a reason, and it's a good reason, and I just do it. So when you establish that rapport and that level of trust, then by all means, you shorten your learning curve and you just take the person's word for it and do it. So in determining who you listen to, first you've got to establish what you really want. And then you start seeking out the people that have actually accomplished it. So the internet has just given us an amazing ability. It's made, come on in. It's made celebrities and gurus much more transparent on the internet. So it's easy to look up and see, motivational speaker, and you can, boom, you're gonna have a whole first 50 Google pages full of information. Find somebody that you can relate to. Leah and Chelsea have found a female guru that they really love following, Marie Forleo. And you really relate to her, and I saw that in your last few videos that you've done, which were incredible, by the way. I watched Maria and Leah's, but find somebody that you click with and relate to that has common goals, that's accomplished what you want. So first step, you got to know what you want. Second step, seek out and find the person that's done it. And then you know what you do? This is amazing. You do what they did. You copy them. Absolutely copy them. And these people like Marie and like myself that are putting this information out, you know why I'm putting it out? Because I want you to do it. I want you to copy. If there's any aspect of your life that I can help you with, and if I've done something that's brought a positive or a negative result, I want to share that with you. The negative so you don't go that route, the positive so you can get there quicker. And then the most important thing, even more than doing what they say to do what you say you're going to do. I think Danielle Laporte and Marie Forleo both say that. You want to, number one success key, the number one tip for success is to do what you actually say you're going to do. Make a commitment to yourself. Say, daggone it, I am not going to eat that anymore. I am going to get in the gym each day. I am going to wake up before the alarm clock goes off. Make that commitment and then do it. Make the promise to yourself. That's the most important thing. You can tell me all day long, okay, Sean, I'm going to meet you at the gym at such and such time. Okay, Sean, I'm going to do this on my own. Well, if you go and cheat on yourself, does it hurt me? Yeah, because I want to see you succeed, but really the person that's hurting the most is you. So if there's one thing that you can implement personally, is just to do what you say you're going to do on a daily basis. True or true?
True.
Awesome. So take action on your thoughts. You form a thought. That thought comes from a dream, or that thought comes from something you saw or a goal. And then write it down. The actual physical act of writing it down on a piece of paper is profound. Typing in the computer is good too. If you can actually write it down, it's been proven that that action between the hand and the brain creates a chain reaction that takes place. Commit to making a plan and taking action on that plan. Follow a schedule and track your time. Find a mentor that will share their success strategy with you. Cut down your learning curve so much, your research time. You find one person that's done what you want. If they're willing to share, they put their information out, if you can access that for free or even buy it, I mean, how valuable is it to you to be able to spend, let's say you got to spend $200 or $500 or $1,000 to get something that's going to save you, years worth of mistakes and problems and frustrations and dead ends. It's powerful. Find the recipe that works for you. So when someone else has a recipe for success that's worked for them, and they're willing to share that formula and tell you the ingredients and the proportion and the order that they go, don't tamper with it, because it's obviously worked. And don't try to recreate the wheel. Use their information. And here's an interesting thing. Let's say we have a lot of recipes in my family. They're not all healthy. My mom is a Paula Deen, a Southern Belle. But let's say that your family has this secret casserole recipe, and this casserole is phenomenal. And this recipe, every single time, it comes out perfect. And then all of a sudden you get your hands on this recipe and you're gonna have everybody over and cook Thanksgiving meal. And everybody expects this casserole at Thanksgiving, but you decide, I'm gonna tweak this a little bit. I'm gonna leave this out, leave that out, do this in a different order. And the casserole just flops and it tastes horrible. You're not gonna get the same results if you change that recipe. If you don't do step 1 through 10, if you leave out 6 and 7, you're not gonna get the end result, the end product. So don't cut corners when it comes to following mentors and advice. And once again, the most important thing is to make promises to yourself and really honestly, truly do what you say you're going to do for yourself. You can take the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. You've got to inspire that horse to do that. And the horse has to want to drink, and the horse has to say, I'm going to drink that water. And it's going to take action and do that. Do what makes you happy and what contributes to the happiness of others as well. Do what you want to be known for long after you're gone. And do what will make the most positive impact on your life and those around you and the world. And how do you do that? Well, that's where the teach part of it comes in. So once you've reached a level of accomplishment and achievement and competency, then you're now qualified to teach others. So if you go on a weight loss regimen and you drop 10, 20% of your body weight, people are gonna notice that and they're gonna ask you, hey, what are you doing? And then you'll start to share and you'll say, well, I just started this new plan, I'm working with this new trainer and this counselor and it's really having good results. So they might wanna follow what you're doing. Then you kind of become the teacher, you're the go-between, or you may just refer them to the counselor and the trainer and you both go along for the ride together as accountability partners. The best way to really feel fulfilled in life is to pass on your knowledge and wisdom and experiences to others. It's true, like when you have accomplished what you want to accomplish, then to be able to share that and bring other people along, it just gives you such a deeper sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. And imitation is the highest form of flattery. My grandmother told me this when I was a kid. My brother's 3.5 years younger. He used to copy everything I did. And my grandmother would always say, imitation is the highest form of flattery. So if somebody copies you or wants to pick your brain or wants to know your information and what's working for you, take it as flattery and take it as a compliment that you have accomplished that thing that they now desire. So that's how it works. You learn, then you do, then you pass it on and teach. Who in the room would love to live forever? Yes, right? If you could live on forever, happily and productively, who would not want to live forever? Maybe by the time we get to that point, they'll be able to cryogenically freeze us and preserve us. I totally believe in life after death, not to get spiritual or religious with you guys, but here's how. Not a day goes by, honest to God, that I don't think about my grandparents in some capacity or another. My grandfather passed away about 1.5 years ago. But they made such an impression on my life that they instilled their values and their morals and their teachings and learnings in me. And now that they're gone physically, honestly, I feel closer to them now because I know that I'm carrying on their legacy. They're living through me, whether it's gardening or whether it's different things I say or do or mannerisms. Their energy and spirit and all this continued on through me. So they've passed that down, and this inheritance that they've given me, I can't spend it. In fact, it multiplies. Every single time I share one of their stories or one of their experiences or I plant a garden, I'm sharing that, and that inheritance is multiplying. Versus if they had left me $1 million, I probably would have blown it over a couple of years and not appreciated it as much. So it's awesome that nobody can take that away. I had many inspirations for writing this book. But my grandparents, particularly my grandmother, inspired the last chapter of the book called "I'll Rest When I Die." It's an interesting story, and it kind of wraps up the whole book and brings everything full circle. But this is one of my methods for teaching right here. I always wanted to be a published author. Why? Because I wanted to pass along all this knowledge that Joe, my mentor, gave me. And I figured, what better way than a book? It's relatively easy for me to write. Books are easily published, they're widespread and commonly accepted as one of the best forms of education. So I wrote this book, and I wrote this book with you in mind. And not just you, your family, your friends, anybody you might know that might need help. Not everybody can commit, like Christy, to making it to every single 24-week program, but there's no reason that we all can't commit to 5 minutes, 10 minutes a night to read one chapter. Usually each chapter in this book is about a page or two long, because I wrote the book for people that normally don't read books. I want to live forever, so there it is, my picture on the back of the book. This book will outlive me. You'll be able to buy it on Amazon or ebook electronically long after I'm gone. This information, part of my brain, is in this book. Experiences from Joe, that 62 years collective wisdom, is in this book. It's available to all of you guys. In fact, we print this version right here in DME. So I would challenge you, if you've got all this information, if you've accessed all the PEP problems, if PEP programs, if you're making changes in your life, great. So when a friend has a birthday, or when a friend goes through a trauma or a divorce or unemployment or has a weight loss challenge, order up a personalized copy from DME, have it shipped right to them. They're going to thank you. Have them call me if they buy a copy of the book and read it. I'll give every single person that reads my book, I'll give them a free coaching session. Just to go over and rehash. That fulfills my passion when we teach. Now the online PEP program, that's also an extension of the program here. That's how we carry on the teaching, because after today we won't see you for the next few Wednesdays, but once again you can log online. Also for coaching, training, and counseling, Chelsea, myself, and Stillman are all available. So come and see us and take advantage of it. I tell you, honestly, I've worked out dozens of gyms, I've met dozens if not hundreds of trainers, and you have such a gem here in Stillman. So take advantage of it, even if it's just to sit down for half an hour, having put together a quick little program for you. Maybe it's easy anytime exercise based, maybe it's equipment based, maybe it's free weight, or maybe it's a cardio program. But take advantage of that and do something. Not saying you have to have a personal trainer every single day, but at least letting it help you get off to a start so you won't hurt yourself, and so you'll see some good progress. I think get Stillman to do his little easy anytime exercises right now, but you know where he ran off to?
Maybe the chiropractor.
Okay, that was my segue into Stillman. I'm going to go and run and get him real quick. Does anybody have any questions or any thoughts based on anything we've covered in the class so far? Anything you want to share that maybe you've started, or any challenge that you've had, or any aha moment that you had during the class? Yes, Kirsty.
I just think that it's more powerful when you're present and trying to learn it through other means of like the online videos, or those are good too, but I just find it myself, I find it more powerful, and it benefits me more by being present. That's why
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Start here.
In the learning scale, definitely being present, you're using all of your senses. We have audio, visual, kinetic, extrasensory as well. So when you're actually in the room and you're interacting with other people, and there's a synergy and a connectivity in the room, and that's definitely more powerful. Yep. Is that what motivated you to come every week?
Yep.
Awesome. And then the video, you're getting the auditory and the visual as well. And then with the book, you're just getting the visual, and then audio book, you just get the audio. I do both. I watch videos, I read books, and I have an audio library in my car, so getting a sampling of each. But my best seminars, my best events that I've ever gone to have always been the ones where I'm present. So you're right. Anybody else have any thoughts?
It's been great. I really enjoyed the last 24 weeks.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure having you
It's
and
helped
everybody
me a
else
lot.
too.
On so many levels.
Stillman, I'll turn it over to you.
All
if you want
right.
to do something active, a little easy anytime.
Okay, let's all stand up, please.
It's gonna be the hardest one.
No, we're gonna just do the basic ones. Okay, you want your knees bent, let's get your posture. So, feet pointed straight ahead. All right, what I want you to do is close your eyes. We'll use one of the senses. So when you close your eyes, what you're doing is you're taking away the visual and you're heightening the other senses. So you're going to tune inside and feel the balance. So bend your knees. All right, pull your shoulders back. Okay, what you want is your shoulders in line with your hips, in line with your ankles, because your knees will be bent slightly, so they will not be in line. All right, so with that posture, we're going to inhale for 7 seconds. We're going to do our breathing. We're going to hold it for 28. We're going to exhale for 14. All right, ready, go. In. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Relax. Okay, everybody have a seat. Wow, it's been 24 weeks. It's been incredible, huh? What a journey we've been on. All right, so the last several classes we put together a little routine. So hopefully you're using some of the exercises in there, the routine to fill up your day for a break mid-morning or mid-afternoon. All right, so we know about our breathing. 7, 28, 14 is our ratio. All right, so what we've done was legs and arms. So today is going to be a little bit more of abs, okay, and a little bit of stretching in between. So the first exercise of our little combination is going to be your breathing. So you're at your workstation and you want to take a little break. So the first exercise you're going to do is your breathing. 7, 28, 14. Everybody follow. That's exercise number 1. Okay. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to do a stomach vacuum. All right? We're going to tighten up our abdominals. This is going to help with our back. Okay? So if you're at your workstation, you're just going to get squared up in your chair, feet flat. You can put your hands here. You can put them here to help give you a little visual, one on the front and one on the back. And your goal is to take a deep breath in. Remember, let me just review. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale. You're going to sit up straight. And what you want to do now, after you exhale, is you put your brain, you're visualizing, once again, one of our senses, our abdominal muscles sucking to our spine. And you're going to sit up straight, and we're going to hold it for 15 seconds. It's a stomach vacuum. We're doing it seated. All right? So everybody take a deep breath in. Exhale. All right. Suck your abdominal muscle to your spine and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Relax. Hey, can you go check that guy Alex Sean for me? He's supposed to be going to Dr. Durant. Okay, so that's exercise number 2. All right? Now, we're just doing one of each. Follow? Depends on how much time. So let's just say you got a 5-minute variance of a break. You want to take a break and recharge yourself with getting more oxygen and movement. All right. Now we're going to do something for the abs. All right. We've gone over a bunch of different ones. So we have a chair, all right, in your workstation. Just let me show you first. You're going to put one foot flat on the floor. The other one you're going to extend out. Okay. And what your goal is to pull that knee up to your chest. All right. So you put your heel out. Just watch for a second. You either can do it this way, okay, or you can put your hands up here, and then you're going to twist and add a little bit more of a tougher one. That's sort of like a little bit more of an advanced situation. Okay. I don't want you on your ears. I don't want you pulling on your ears. I just want them over here. Okay, because the movement is in your abs. All right. So you're just going to come up like this and twist. You're going to gauge your abs and your obliques. All right. So how many repetitions is what you want to know you're going to do. Your goal is to get 15 to 20. Because remember, we're using a time frame of about 5 minutes. All right? So we're just going to do the same leg. We'll just practice this 5 reps. Okay, that's what we're going to do today. All right? So everybody sit up straight. We're going to put your left leg out. Your right foot is flat on the floor for stability. Hands up behind your head. All right, pull your left knee up to your chest. Twist try to touch your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, and then hold it for 2 seconds, and then extend it out, touch gently on the floor, and back up. Same thing. 1, 2, 2. Inhale through your nose. As it goes out, exhale as you pull up. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 4. Sitting up straight. Inhale, don't slouch over. Exhale. 1, 2, 5. Okay, put it out. All right, sit up straight, take a deep breath. Now, remember, your protocol will be 15 to 20 reps per leg, one cycle. So we did one breathing, one stomach vacuum, 15 to 20 reps this leg. Now we reverse. So we put left leg flat, right leg goes out, heel touches the floor, sit up straight, hands behind your head. Now you're going to bend your right knee coming up to your chest, twist and touch the outside of that knee and hold it for 2 seconds with your left elbow. 1, 2. Inhale, out. Exhale as it comes up. 1, 2, 2. Sit up straight, don't lean over. Touch, right back up. 1, 2, 3. Touch, right back up. 1, 2, 4. Touch, right back up. 1, 2, 5. Okay, put them both down. Okay, well, Stillman, I can't raise my knee up that high, so how do I know how to quantify it? Do it this way. Let's come up here. 1, 2, 1. So you standardized it. 1, 2, 2. Because what you'll see, we all like progress, small steps to success. So maybe you're only going here now, but as you get used to it, you can come up more. Why? Because your hip flexors are getting looser, your abdominal muscles are getting stronger, your hips are getting stronger. Okay? So the exercise is a breathing exercise, a stomach vacuum, 15 to 20 one leg, 15 to 20 the other leg. That should probably take you about 5 minutes. Okay? If you have more time, repeat the cycle 2 times or 3 based on how much time you have. Remember, you're at your workstation. Okay? So now we have a little abdominal exercise that we can incorporate. So I gave you 3 different distinctions of 3 or 4 exercises in a routine. All right? Easy to do, right? Okay? And you know how to increase the hardness of it. Okay? Increase the repetitions or go through several cycles of it. That's going to make it a little bit more harder for you. All right, any questions? Okay? All right, so this is the last class. So each of you, if you decide you want to come back in the gym or you're in the gym and you want a little refresher, then just email me or call me. And then what we'll do is I'll sit down with you and we'll go over like maybe a 15, 20-minute little routine that we can do in the gym or change it around. Because realistically, in the 30 years that I've done this, okay, now Keith is my friend from Miami. We go back to 1978, 79. And we met in a gym. He was water skiing. He taught me how to water ski down here. So we used to have a lot of fun doing water skiing. And so I've conditioned him back then. We used to work out together in the facility. Then he moved down to Miami. All right, but we stay in touch. So he's just up here. We were down there. He was the one we were down in the Keys with. Okay, in case you want to know. He's a little tan, you know. Okay, but anyway, all right. So the point I'm saying is like what Sean's saying. We want to pass this on. So he's up here so we can pass in some information onto him and tailor his little workout. And the same thing with each one of you. So email me. We can set up an appointment and we can tweak your workout for you. Because realistically, as I was saying, there is no reason not to exercise or to do something. Time is just not an excuse. Good enough. What that tells me is, if you're saying you don't have time, and I'm being real honest, is your health is not in the top 5 priorities of your life. And that's okay, because it's your life. But I've spent 30 years working with people, and when they say they don't have the time, that's what I interpret it as. My health, Stillman, is not in the top 5 priorities of my life today, right now, when I make that statement. And that's all right, as long as you're happy with that. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Stillman. So not only do you have Stillman and his trainers here as a resource, but we also have the PEP program online. You can rewatch all his exercises. And if you're getting the newsletter, we have a little focus on fitness up there in the corner. That links right to the DME Benefitness YouTube channel. So all of Stillman's Easy Anytime exercises, I think there's like 28 of them on there. So you can click on and watch them. Some of them are 2 or 3 minutes, some of them are 10 minutes long. So you could make a little home-based exercise program out of this just off the videos alone. But definitely take advantage of it. And it's to build on what Stillman said, yeah, when your body is not one of your top priorities, unfortunately what happens is you may find yourself in a crisis situation and then all of a sudden it rises to the top. Kevin Snyder's sister just found out this week she's got stage 2 breast cancer. She's 32 years old. Our friend Kathleen, who passed away at 36, she had breast cancer, stage 3 at 32. Eradicated it. Double mastectomy, chemo, radiation, clean bill of health, out the hospital, out the oncology center. 4 years later, a little pain in her leg, next day paralysis, 90 days later she's dead. So I'm not a fear monger. I don't like to live my life in fear. I don't want to impose fear on you. I'm just being real with you guys. If you take all the information we've taught in this class and the reason why we had the leadership, the reason why we had the personal development, all these different things, if you have a health problem, typically it's not just one thing that contributed to it. It's lack of priorities or goals or time management or direction or focus in your life. So that's why the assimilation in the PEP program. So do a little bit each day for yourself. You need to be number one in the world. You need to be selfish, remember? Because when you're selfish, even if you're the kindest, most caring, most giving person in the world, when you put yourself first, guess what? You create more energy, more vitality, more experiences, more wisdom and knowledge that you can then pass on and give and teach others. So you want to give more and be a better person to others, then put yourself first and do more for yourself first. All right, I want to send you guys away on a happy note. So this is a fun little exercise I do. Who here daydreams every once in a while? All the time? Cool, me too. Me too. Sometimes it's not the most opportune times, but I think when I think back through my life when I was a kid, I daydreamed about the most incredible things. I shared some of it with you. I used to want to be a guy that climbed up the towers and work for FP&L or something. And I had all these crazy dreams. I want to be an astronaut. And our dreams tend to get dumbed down with all the stresses of life. People tell us we can't do things, or we start putting limitations on ourselves. So it's nice to be able to tap into those daydreams sometimes and kind of relax. Now, some people call it meditation, but me, I just call it daydreaming or manifesting positivity, whatever. So we're going to do this little exercise for the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. And it's going to require you to close your eyes for the entire duration of the exercise and to find a little bit of peace and inner calm in yourself. And you know what cacophony is? So you might know what that term means. Cacophony is the constant chatter in your mind. Oh, when you get back to your desk, you got to return that email. Oh, you got to call this person. Oh, don't forget to pick up the blah, 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 and you're waiting for work today. That's cacophony. So you've got to do your best to just tune it out, close it down, and shut it out. Now, one of the best ways to do that is when Stillman starts off with the breathing. This is something powerful that he implemented into my workout regimen. When you get those deep, concentrated breaths, it really puts your focus like a laser. Get you ready for that heavy weight you're about to lift, to get you ready for the meeting you're about to go into or the date you're about to go on. It also can help clear your mind and focus because it brings your thought and your focus internally to you. So breathing happens without us thinking about it. Our heartbeat happens without us thinking about it. We have the ability to control our breathing. We can slow our pulse rate down. We can't stop it, but we can control our breathing. So the first thing I want you guys to do is I just want you to close your eyes. And you're going to keep them closed the whole time now until I tell you to open them. So get comfortable in your chair. Just close your eyes. I'm not going to count or hold or anything. I just want you to take some deep, relaxing breaths all the way in. Hold for a couple seconds, whatever's comfortable for you. And then all the way out. All the way in. And all the way out. So this is a full circle exercise. It's going to start in the right now, right here, this time, this place, in this room. I want you to imagine a snapshot of your life right now. This snapshot includes your bank account balances, your savings account, your checking account, your money market, your financial statement, your portfolio, and your credit score. Get a good, clear visual of where these are right now. You got the bank statement in front of you and you're looking at it. What's your balances? What bills do you currently owe on a weekly or monthly basis? Rent, electric, car payment, insurance. Think about all these bills. What's your weekly or monthly income? Do you get direct deposit? Does it show up on your balance statement? Do you get an actual paycheck? What does the stub say? What's that weekly or monthly income? What is your debt versus your wealth? How much do you owe versus how many assets do you have? Look at your job. Do you live your passion daily, or do you just work? Do you really enjoy what you do and feel fulfilled doing it? Do you mind working late or coming in early? Or are you looking at the clock as you roll in at 9:01 and running out the door at 4:59? What is your relationship status? Are you single, engaged, married, happily married, separated, divorced? Are you happy and compatible in your relationship, or are you comfortable not being in a relationship? Are you with your soulmate and your best friend most of the time? Do you feel fulfilled in your relationship? Is there romance? Do your friends fulfill you? Are you tolerating and compromising in your relationship? Look at yourself physically right now as you sit. Are you in your ideal physique? Are you happy with how you look? Are you happy with how you feel? Are you pain-free? Are you physically fit and capable of doing all of the activities that you desire? Do you have the energy to get you through the day and then some left over? What's your overall level of happiness right now? Rank it, rate it, scale it. Do you smile more than you scowl? That's a good measure. Be cognizant of your facial expression right now. Are you grateful and appreciative more than you're jealous and envious? Do your thoughts revolve around worry and fear, or joy, success, pleasure, and pride? Are you living in the now, the past, or the future on a daily basis? Keep your eyes closed. Okay, let's just forget about now for a moment, and let's rewind the DVD or the tape in our head. I want you to envision the best day of your life, or the best days of your life. Vividly imagine your best experiences, your sweetest moments, and your greatest accomplishments in your life. Let that movie run for a few seconds. Financially, what was your biggest payday ever? The biggest check you've ever gotten? Was it an unexpected bonus? What was the most money you ever found on the street or in the couch cushion? What was the highest figure you've ever seen in your bank account? Maybe it was from an inheritance, or a big sales commission, or your first paycheck after a promotion, or maybe your first real job or first real business deal. Now think about the best job you've ever had. Maybe it was selling lemonade on the street as a kid, or delivering newspapers, or cutting the neighbor's grass. You did it because you wanted to, not because you had to. Maybe it's the job you have now, and maybe that's why you're in it. Or maybe it's a job that hasn't come to you yet, or a business you've yet to start. Now think about your best relationship moment in your whole life. Maybe it was a best friend, or maybe it was your best love, or your first love note, or your first kiss. An incredible sexual or sensual experience, your wedding night, a great vacation, a honeymoon, or the birth of a child. Be vivid and feel that moment. What were you wearing at that time? What was your partner wearing? Where were you? What was the temperature? What sounds, smells, and sights were around? I implore you to stretch your memory and imagine the moment in your life when you felt best about yourself physically too. When you were at your ideal weight, when you had no pains, aches, or creaks, what did that feel like? How pleasant was that? What were you wearing? When you had no wrinkles, no gray hairs, stray hairs, or you still had hair? When was the last time you felt really proud of yourself physically. Is this invoking memories of the happiest day of your life so far? Can you remember a time when you laughed so hard your face and belly hurt so good? What single event in your life thus far has brought you the most happiness and pleasure? Feel that moment, soak it in, and bask in its glow for a while. Some of you may have struggled and really had to reach to conjure up these past images, because maybe you're holding out hope that you've yet to experience your best in any of these areas. So we're going to shift gears into the future. What will be the best day of your life? What does the best day of your life look like? Vividly imagine what you want the rest of your life to be like, particularly that one best day. Envision what you want to leave behind even after you're gone that far into the future. Leave behind kids and a family, lots of friends, knowledge, examples, experiences, memories, money, a book, or your legacy. What will make your life the best it can possibly be? What will be your biggest payday? And how will it come to you? Will you win the lottery? Will you get that dream job? Will you start your own business? Will you find a suitcase full of cash on the street? What do you want your bank account balances to be? How do you want your portfolio to look? How many pages or volumes long will your will have to be to include all of your wealth, possessions, and expansive estate? Will you work because you want to, not because you have to? If God Himself handed you a menu or a catalog and said, pick out your ideal physique, what would you look like? If you could Photoshop yourself, what would you do? Would it involve weight loss, six-pack abs, a nip tuck, or just a new hairstyle or outfit? Would you run a marathon or run in the backyard with your grandkids one day? Or just be able to run from harm's way if you had to? Would you replace your battery and recharge your energy level? Would you tune out all the stress and negativity and wear a huge smile every day, all day, for no apparent reason? Will you wake up and gaze into the eyes of your soulmate and feel giddy and in love every day? Imagine walking down the beach hand in hand with the love of your life at age 99 with nothing but love in your heart. How would all of this affect your confidence level, your success, and your happiness? What would these feelings be worth to you? How powerful would it be to be able to be totally happy like this every day for the rest of your life with no regrets of the past or fears of the future? What would you be willing to do to accomplish this? What is your willingness to change? Keep your eyes closed as you continue to envision success in all areas of your life and total happiness on a daily basis. True success is when you feel happy about all aspects of your life: your finances, your job, your relationship, your family, your friends, your health, your mental, physical, and spiritual states, and your purpose, which is in fact the purpose of this exercise. Now take all these memories, the best days from the past, your current snapshot, the memories from the future, and I want you to build a collage in your mind, a slideshow that plays rapid speed, a big vision board in your mind. And imagine all the happiness and overall feeling of joy that this is going to bring. And bask in this glow just for a minute. Now I want you to capture all those images vividly and bring them back into the present. Bring those positive feelings of success and true happiness right into this room right now. Imagine that you've already accomplished all of those successes and have already achieved total happiness. Imagine that you have currently at your disposal all the resources that are a product of these successes. There are no obstacles, only opportunities. There are no mazes or dead ends. You have a detailed map and a turn-by-turn navigation system. Detours will only lead you to hidden treasures on the path to your dreams. Know that all circumstances, even situations that originally appear negative, are ultimately leading you toward your greatest successes and total happiness. You are in control. Your thoughts and your actions will deliver you the life that you desire. Ponder that for a minute. Bring your focus back to your breath. Breathe in. Hold for a second or two. Breathe out. Bring your consciousness back into this room. Keep imagining all those positives. Breathe a couple more times. And now open your eyes. Did you guys enjoy that? Did it make you feel good at all? I saw a few of you cracking smiles in the process. Conjure up some good memories, some good thoughts, some good visions for the future. Sometimes when I do this exercise, some people are like, it's kind of hokey. Is it? We can't accomplish what we want if we don't know what we want. And if we don't think about what we want, we're never going to know what it is in life that we want. So in closing, I'm going to share with you guys what I think are the 4 most valuable, tangible takeaways of the entire PEP program. Save the best for last. So here you go. We're gonna these will be on the video. We'll email these to you. But number 1, most valuable, tangible takeaway I can tell you: is you only live once. Period. That's it. That's a tangible takeaway. There's no mulligans. There's no do-overs. You live one time. There'll be one right now. There'll be one today. There'll be one tomorrow. That's it. Number 2, the past has passed. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, but I can promise you tomorrow is going to be a product of what you do right now, today. And number 3, this is a great quote from the great Earl Nightingale. His book and audio is called The Strangest Secret. And it's a profound statement, but he said, you become what you think about most of the time. Think about that. So what we think about, what dominates our thoughts, tends to dominate our action or lack of action, which then produces the results in life that we want or don't want. So just remember, what we think about is what we become. And number 4, I want everybody's goal, number 1 goal when you leave here today. This sums up every single thing we've done in class. I don't care whether your goal is to write a book, or whether your goal is to lose weight, or whether your goal is to help a friend in need. Your number 1 goal, everybody's number 1 goal, should be to feel good right now. And when you make it your number 1 goal to feel good right now, guess what? That pretty much encompasses everything. It's human nature. We want to feel good right now. Helping my friend Kevin's sister beat the stage 3 cancer would make me feel tremendously good. Completing 24 weeks with you guys makes me feel tremendously good. The workout that I did yesterday makes me feel good. Use this as a litmus test. If you're not sure whether you should do something or not, ask yourself, will this make me feel good right now? Does this bring joy into my life? Or this, help me make other people feel good? And just follow that number 1 goal. Feel good right now. And if you already feel good right now, make it your goal to feel better right now. And if you're already feeling better and better and better each day, then make it your goal to live your best day every single day. Over and over and over again. All those thoughts you just collected, keep them fresh in your mind. Create a vision board or a vision movie like Leah shared with you guys. It is absolutely powerful. When I go back and look at my vision boards and my past goals list, it's staggering when I look at what I've actually accomplished. It's easy to forget sometimes and get caught up in stress and all the have-tos. But when you write that down, when you visualize it and see it, it's incredibly powerful. So guys, knowledge is power. And we've empowered you today, and we've empowered you over the last 24 PEP sessions. These gifts, this learn to teach, all this is now yours. What you choose to do with it is up to you. Remember, insanity states that keep doing the same things the same way and expect different results. But in PEP, we say don't be insane. I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, truly believe that we all have the power to make any change with our lives with one split second of thought, which rattles our feelings, changes our course of action, and delivers the results that we want in life. So one last time, I love these questions. When is the best time to change? Now. And where's the best place to start? Here. All right, guys, let's finish out one more time with some positive affirmations. Ready? For you, my friend. So stand up with lots of energy and vitality and life and appreciation for everything that we've learned. Let's do this together one last time. Let's start on the wealth side first, please. On 3 after me. 1, 2, 3.
I am appreciative of time and every moment I am alive, especially now. I invest my time daily in my most valuable asset, me. I am grateful for everything in my life, whether it's a blessing or a challenge, tremendous or tiny. I am a motivated, self-starting doer who shuns procrastination and hesitation. I will use my experiences, whether good or bad, right or wrong, to evolve, learn, gain wisdom, and grow.
Health side, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I may not be a doctor, but I'm earning a PhD and practicing health daily. I will underwrite my own insurance policy and do everything possible to maximize my life and protect my health. I will achieve wellness by creating balance in my life. I realize that my greatest wealth is in my health, and I strive to become wealthy every day. I am strong, beautiful, unique, energized, and passionate, and I'm getting healthier, happier, and more successful day by day.
Turn to your neighbors, give them a high five, and say, life is good.
Life is